welcome. Hello, it's Shaz back again with something slightly new. This is early access. The game is called ROKH, or at least that's my interpretation of the spelling and the pronunciation. I may be wrong. Please feel free to correct me in the comment section down below. Essentially, this is a survival game, and apologies if the sound cuts out there just briefly. I sent an email to Darewise, the manufacturers of the game, the devs of the game, to request a key for the purpose of bringing this to people who watch my channel. For those of you that don't already know about it, they were very generous. They not only sent me a key to install, to be able to use this and play it and bring it to the masses, as it were, but also they gave me an additional key that I might give it away at some point in a giveaway competition-y type thing. So stick around, because there will be a competition at some point in the next few episodes. The question will be based on something that happens in an episode, and if you answer the question correctly, then you will have a chance of being entered into the draw to win the key. So I'll give you a quick bit of a rundown. This is taken directly from the website. So it's created by team members behind games such as Thief, Half-Life, Dishonored, etc., etc. The idea of the game is that players landing on Mars have to find that previously developed human colonies have been decimated, and they have to work together to overcome and survive. It's a persistent world, co-op multiplayer, so that, as far as I'm aware, there's no PvP, there's no monsters like Empyrean and stuff like that. It's just literally hardcore, proper survival. Players must explore the Martian landscape as they scavenge through the deserted structures to gather resources in order to survive. With few blueprints, they must use their ingenuity to create tools from a variety of materials and construct their own encampments with no design limitations, giving new meaning to assembly required. It's a complete immersion into cold and dry land that harbours a wealth of resources to extract and exploit. Players will explore Mars, paving their way for settlers to come as Earth's resources are tapped and the planet is dying. Mars is hostile, and joining forces with friends increases efficiency and invites trade and barter to develop a habitable yet customised ecosystem. It's a mix of crafting, survival and exploration, with an overarching story that allows to freeform and build a colony however you want. So there you go. So I have actually jumped onto a server and done a little bit of testing, but just to let you know also, the minimum requirements for this game, allegedly according to Steam, are a Core i7 running at 2.8 GHz with a GTX 550 or 560. So for reference purposes, those of you who are watching, the machine I'm running this on is a Core i7 running at 3.1 GHz with a GTX 960, and I'm running it, if I show you here, everything on high and full screen windowed. Okay, so let's get on with it and we'll take a look, see if we can find a server to jump on. Probably not going to jump on the server that I was on, because I want to start afresh. I hadn't really got very far. I'd managed to build a basic building, but it's early access. There's stuff being added all the time, and there's a few things that I didn't realise that you couldn't do until you couldn't undo once you've done them. So I built a base with no door, and I couldn't break the wall to be able to get through to get into it. So it's an empty box. Fantastic. So I'm not going to be falling for that one again. Nice water. So, just gonna wait for this to find the servers that we need, and I'm just gonna waffle on while this. I have found so far that it's pretty good. It's quite robust. I'm gonna hide the full servers and I'm gonna hide the private servers. I'm gonna go by ping rate. I'm not sure. I'm going to go for possibly. There's already one person on that one. I'm going to go for this one, I think. 003. Let's go for that one. Connect. As far as I'm aware, you have to create a... Do you have to create a new... Yeah, you have to create a new character with every different server, so you can't take a character between servers. Last time I kind of landed about there, so I'm going to pop myself over there. I know it's different, but obviously the more hostile, yeah, so you can't really do anything there, and you can't. So you pretty much tied to these areas here for now. So I'm going to go A1, why not? And we're going to call myself Shout again. So let's do this. Fingers crossed, it should be good. So this is something that I may actually stream at some point. Certainly considering if the game continues to grow in the same sort of vein that other early access games that I've played like this have done and gain traction like Empyrean and stuff like that, I may end up getting possibly a server or something. So yeah, fingers crossed we might be able to do something like that. And have a private server. Maybe get some friends, maybe the Bramigos or something, just to sort of join in, and we can colonise Mars in our own our own fashion. So we're just waiting for these textures to load up. The ping rate on the server wasn't too bad, so we should be okay. As I say, expect things to go wrong during this series, or at least during these first few episodes, while I A, get used to the game, and B, kind of, with it being early access, there may be sort of technical issues with my PC or my graphics card, or just the game in general as they patch it, and so on and so forth. So fingers crossed, should be okay to go. Just going to let those textures render in just briefly. Yep, here we go. So the beeping that you hear in the background, oh, that's bright. So the first thing I noticed, actually, before I continue, the first thing I noticed was the fact that there is no, if you go into the options, there's no option for me to change my invert mouse. That is one thing that I really, really, really hope they bring in, because I can't get used to the pushing my mouse up to look up. I always do, almost like aircraft controls, where you push forward on the stick to go down, to push the nose down. That's how I roll. So, and also these metal things are quite sparkly as well. So I'm not going to make out that I know everything. I assume that the maps are different per server. I'm in a different area. I would have been, I presume, over that way somewhere on the last one. But we're just going to get cracking now, just to get a kind of a flavour of what's going on and make a start in this series, if you will. So the bonging that you hear are these little crates over here with the sparkly lights on the top. They have various different colours. They bong to let you know that they're there. They refresh from time to time at random intervals, and you can get loot from them, which is quite cool. And then this thing here, if you hit E on it, it allows you to recharge your suit. So you don't really want, until you've built your own sort of power station, you don't really want to venture too far away from this area. I suspect that was close. I nearly fell through there. I did fall through there. Fantastic. Excellent. Right. Okay. So well, let's make our way down here. I'm trying to scoot back over here, and we'll pick up this crate first of all. There we go. So we hit E to open it up. Interaction failed. I need to make sure it's highlighted. There we go. So we've got rad shields. So we've got a basic inventory as per Ark Survival and so on and so forth. You are limited with your weight, so you can only carry so much, obviously. And crafting is well, it is. There is crafting. It's kind of best for me to probably show you more than. I thought there was another one over here. Just be imagining things. Maybe it's disappeared, I don't know. So I'm going to... I don't know which way to go. We need to make some tools, basically. So let me just hit my... if I hit R... So we have a crafting table, or a crafting inventory, as it were. So obviously, if I want to make a pickaxe, which is the first thing I really need to make, I need to find a rod and a spike, which I do happen to have in my inventory. So we'll just make one of those straight away. Just drag and drop, hit the craft button. Bam! There you go, one pickaxe. I'll take all the output. There we go. So, emergency hammer. We do need a rod and a bar. We do need to make sure that we make new ones before you break these, because you need a hammer to make a hammer. Well, no, you don't actually need a screwdriver to make a hammer, actually. But if the hammer is probably the most important thing, because that's what you do to make the rods and the spikes to be able to make the pickaxe and so on and so forth. So, crowbar allows parts to be salvaged from items that you own. Right, that is something that I didn't have on me, which I could probably have broken that base apart and gained those things back. That's interesting. Very interesting. So a tier assembly tool, so we need a handle and a spike. Allows for a greater number of items to be assembled from a range of different parts and components. That's something I'll probably have to make as well. So I'm kind of learning as I go along, so bear with. It's not going to be all simple. It's there's going to be a certain learning curve. I might end up scuppering myself and not being able to make anything and having to spend ages kind of scavenging to try and find bits and pieces, because I don't make tools quick enough or whatever before the other ones break. So you can run, but obviously that's going to use up energy, it's going to use up water and so forth, and make your suit work harder to keep you cool in the sun. So I'm going to just, there we go, pick this up. So we've got a rod and a tile, take those. So tiles are the building blocks. Oh, let me get my pick. No, that's talking. I need I for inventory. Pickaxe. There we go. So we've got my pick. There we go. So we've got various deposits of ore. You can't just hit rocks. You have to find these deposits. This is hematite. I'm actually going to get around about possibly 250 of each of these that I come across for now. There we go. I don't want to wear my pickaxe out completely just yet. Not all the green spiky things are hematite. They do. There are other sort of things that look the same. They're different materials though, so we're going to see that obviously is hematite, but I'm going to pop over here and check this out. Take that. What have we got? A handle and a tile. Yep, that'll do. Thank you. So when you've looted them, the light goes out. Oh, hello, there's one over here. Don't want to travel too far. There's no map that I've noticed. And I don't fare particularly well without a map. So, oh no, keep hitting the wrong button. Oxygen is always a good thing. So these white deposits, as far as I know, the white deposits are oxygen or water. Sorry. So we're going to check it out. Go back and head up over that way shortly. So that we knew was hematite, which we've already got a chunk of. This is water, yeah. So we get maybe 200 water. 250. Yeah, there we go. That'll do. So we've got a bit of water on us. Let's just take a trek over here. We could actually take a wander up. There's... Oh, hello. I'll take that. More oxygen. Buy that for $1. Oh, that looks interesting right the way up there. I don't really fancy climbing all the way up there, but here's another deposit of something. Our pick is starting to get... As soon as that starts getting towards the red, I'm going to have to stop using it. Lucifite. I have no idea what that does, but we're going to try and get maybe 250 of that. There we go, exactly 250 of that. That'll do. We do have a jetpacky type thing, but I don't want to overuse it just yet. Not going to go up there just yet. Let's just take a wander back across here. Going to do these episodes around about 20 minutes each, if that's okay with you guys. If you'd like to see longer episodes, please let me know in the comment section down below. But I kind of 20 minutes is, I think, about a decent time for. It's a good kind of midway point for me to render and not have to take too long rendering the videos after recording them. So. What we got in this one? NV, whatever that is, and handle. Lots of handles about. Let's check this out over here. Find out what kind of deposit this is. Oh, this is cassiterite. I'll take 250 of that. Alright, we're starting to get to the red. And we're going to have to... I haven't worked out a way of repairing, to be honest, so that's going to be a thing. Let's make our way back to our main base. Just going to run. This is going to increase our hunger, obviously, and our water, but that's fine. Just, it's not doing too bad actually. It hasn't really affected us too badly, so that's good. So we need to get onto here. Whoop. It's a nice safe spot to do our crafting. Okay, so hit the R button, and what do we need? So we could make. We haven't got a spike. Can we make spikes? We can make a spike. So let's make. Oh, I need to make a pick. What else needs spikes? Let's have a look. Of these, so crowbar doesn't. Emergency hammer doesn't. We do need a bar for the hammer. It's always good to have a spare, I think. So we'll make 2 pickaxes. So we need 2 spikes. And quite a few rods. So let's make malleable 7. So as you can see, these here, the malleableness of them is pretty good. We'll use the NV because we haven't actually got that much of it. So how much have we got? We've got 128. So we use all of it. 128. Put that there, and then we can hit infinitely, and it'll just keep crafting until you run out of. Oh no, we don't really. No, we don't want to do that actually. Let's just make 4 spikes. So make 4 spikes, 4 rods, and 4 bars. Oh, we can't make any more. What about rods? We can use. Oh no, we made 4. Okay, fine. 4 rods. Right, we haven't got enough. Take those out and we'll put some of that in. Let's put 100 in. So we did 2 rods, didn't we? So there's 3, 4. So this is hurting our hammer, you see, doing this. So bars we need. Let's make 4 bars as well. 1, 2. Oh, right, okay. Lucifite. Put another 100 in. Craft another 2. Okay, So that's that done. So that's actually damaged our hammer. So the first thing we're going to need to do is make a hammer. So we'll get rid of that and let's go onto here. A tier 2 assembly tool would probably be a good thing to do as well. So let's just get our hammer. We'll make an emergency hammer first. So we need 1 rod and 1 bar. Create an emergency hammer. There we go. We'll make another pick. So we need 1 rod and 1 spike. Actually, I'm probably going to... No, I'm not going to use any more rods. I'll just sort of craft another pickaxe. So I'm going to see if I can get a tier 2 assembly tool as well, because I didn't make one last time. So we had a handle already found, so we can craft that bad boy. There we go. And a crowbar. So we need a handle, which we can do, a rod, which we can do, and a spike. Craft. I'm probably just going to make another pick as well, because that's what we're going to need to use to make the majority, or get the majority of our stuff. Cool. So let's take all the output, remove all the stuff, and get back out of here. So we're at the 20-minute mark, so I am going to leave it there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to equip our kit and see what else we can make in the next... Oh, hello, I can charge my... There we go. All charged, ready to go. Good stuff. So, yep, I can do that in the next episode, and we will see what else we can make with our tier 2 assembly tool. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Laters.